And welcome back to NAB 2019, right here live from the show floor in beautiful Las Vegas. And we are here now at Sonnet with Greg Laporte. Greg, thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you for having us.
So a lot of computers now, especially Apple computers I notice, have very, very limited expansion possibilities. You know, they used to have the big towers where you could put cards inside now, but the new iMacs, the new Mac Pros, not a lot of expansion there, and that's frustrated a lot of users. But Sonnet has always been a company that's gonna, that has options to help with that, providing external expansion. Tell people, what sort of options do you have nowadays if you have an iMac or something like that that you want to expand?
Well, there's a range of expansion products. We have docks, business docks, professional docks. We have media readers. We have chassis that hold GPU cards. We have purpose-built GPU expansion. We have a whole range of Thunderbolt devices that extend the capability of that line of Macs that you mentioned, and also increasingly Windows notebooks. But one of our most popular lines are our Echo Express family of product. We have expansion chassis that range from single slot, like this one that will hold up to a double wide card. It's got a Thunderbolt connection.
It's got like a Blackmagic card in it or something?
This is a Blackmagic. So
you face that to the camera there, yeah.
It's a double wide Blackmagic card actually, and so single slot space but a double wide card. We have another one that is, we call it the Echo Express SE3, that will take up to a full height and half length card, three of them.
Three cards in there.
Three slots, three cards, three slots, or a double wide card and two other slots. So this is also very popular in this market. People want to put maybe extra ports, USB ports. They want to put a storage card inside here. They want to have a video I/O card, like you mentioned, the Blackmagic card. This is our smallest card is mainly for network interface cards, like SAS and fiber channel and 10 gigabit Ethernet cards. And what I was going to show you here is all of our chassis, all of our expansion chassis use a device called a Thunderbolt Lock. If you want to put it on there, it ships with the Thunderbolt cable in a little package, and then you just slide it over the top. And it's a locking mechanism. A lot of people feel that Thunderbolt ports may be prone to disconnect, and so we've created Thunderbolt Lock for all of our expansion chassis and most of our other products. So it'll just ride on here with your cable. You plug it in, and then when you want to secure it down, you just use this little thumb screw and then lock in your Thunderbolt connection.
I have to tell you, that's a fantastic development, because that's one of the reasons why video professionals prefer SDI over HDMI, is that SDI, you've got that locking connector, so someone's not going to bump the chassis, pull that connector out. With the Thunderbolt, obviously, like previous incarnations, it's just a friction fit, yes. And so you don't have that security, that peace of mind. Is that Thunderbolt Lock, and I know it's the simplest thing you've shown us here, so I'm sorry to dwell on it for so long here, but it's really cool. Is that a technology you're making available to other folks? Like, may I see that on my laptop at some time?
Well, we've offered it. We've offered other vendors it's very simple for them to create a mounting place so they can at least have their product be Thunderbolt Lock ready. We haven't had any takers yet.
Thunderbolt Lock ready. I think that's fantastic. Obviously it's great to have that on your product, but I would also love to have that on my laptop, so I could screw the other end of the cable and lock that down into the laptop.
That's right. We've also offered it to the notebook manufacturers, including Apple, but they have their own ideas for sleek design that doesn't include the Thunderbolt Lock at this point, so we'll see what happens.
Now, what do you have there? Is that a different chassis?
This is our largest, I guess you could say, Thunderbolt chassis. It's Echo Express 3D. It holds three full-height, full-length cards. Most notably, the Avid HDX card and the Rocket X are three full-length cards.
The Red Rocket?
Red Rocket X. And then other cards, too. So you might have one full-length or two full-length cards and then some others. And so this product is also got the Thunderbolt Lock, and all of these have Thunderbolt 2 and Thunderbolt 3 editions. And then a variant of this Echo Express 3D is a rack mount version, which is very popular for DITs who are on set, and it's also very popular with the pro audio guys that are on tour, front of house.
And it's the same sort of capacity as the other box?
3 slots, but there's also a space for storage expansion, so we have several modules that you can use to expand your storage options in this extra space, so it mounts in a standard rack.
I noticed there's a CD-ROM drive on there. That's the one thing you want hanging on your Thunderbolt port is a CD-ROM burner.
Some people do want that. We have a version that has 8 drives. We have
Wow.
a version that has 3.5-inch drives. So there's a variety of ways to expand storage. And to your point, you don't have that expansion within the Macs, and so we're offering it here.
So at what point do you begin to stress the limits of what you can do over Thunderbolt 3?
So Thunderbolt 3 has a bandwidth of 2,750 megabytes per second. So you have to look at your workflow and decide, what kind of data transfer rates you need and what you're doing. Some storage devices will use all of that, but fortunately on all the Macs that matter to pros, from the Mac Mini, 6-core is a very powerful product. The MacBook Pro and the Mac Pro today, the iMac Pro, have multiple Thunderbolt ports, and all of them have at least 2 Thunderbolt buses, we call them. So 2 Thunderbolt controllers on the MacBook Pro, 2 Thunderbolt controllers on the Mac Mini, 3 on the Mac Pro. Each one has its own full Thunderbolt bandwidth. So people load balance. They'll put a 10 gigabit Ethernet connection into one bus. That's 1,000 megabytes per second. They put storage on another one. They may put a high performance I/O card like our media readers here on another. So there's ways to. So it's 2,750 megabytes per second times 2 on an iMac Pro, which is substantial. So GPU expansion chassis on one and storage on another.
Yeah, it seems like the Macs, when it comes to that sort of quantity, I think you can get up to 4 Thunderbolt ports on the MacBook Pro laptop, but PC manufacturers, maybe they're a little bit behind the curve. I don't know that I know of very many of them that have more than 1.
They're starting to have 2, but those 2 are sharing 1 Thunderbolt bus.
So you're only getting the bandwidth split between the 2 of them.
Right. On the MacBook Pro, you have 4 ports and 2 buses, so you're sharing the bandwidth on 2 ports, but you have 2 buses, so that's why they have 4 ports.
I learned a lot more than I ever knew about Thunderbolt expansion. Greg Laporte from Sonnet, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have in this interview, but we've got plenty more coming from the show floor right here at NAB 2019. Please stay with us right here on Live Now.